Jaryd, since you've been here, what's the confidence level in the team like? You've been here for some good years, 06, 07. How does this year compare?
I think just sort of, myself probably being a bit more mature and, on the weekend, I had such a good game and everyone, thought I'd be out partying and sort of, running amok. But, I stayed home. And, I think the latest I went out, was for dinner on Saturday night. So that's something that, 2 years ago probably wouldn't have been me. And something that, after the West Tigers game, I was straight onto the Penrith game and, worrying about that. So I think just everyone's sort of, a bit more mature. And like you said, a couple of years ago, it would have been different.
How do you rate the team, though, in quality compared to that side in 07 that got run out the week before the grand final?
Yeah, I think it's hard to compare. I think both teams were good and both teams were great playing. I think it is a bit different. Really can't put it down on it, but obviously the two sides are.
Jaryd, you're in a difficult situation. You've got to beat Penrith. You've got to beat the Dragons. Even Brett Kenny said earlier today that you guys can't win it this year. Next year is Parramatta's year. I mean, do you agree with that, or?
No, not really. I think we're all out here sort of trying to win the premiership. I think every team is, but we'll probably have a better chance next year. But we're going to leave no stone unturned this year, and we should go out there and give it our best.
Jaryd, you mentioned you changed your approach off the field. Where did that come from? Was it from the coach or from yourself or from family?
Just realising the sort of what I have, and I keep relating to the World Cup and how much that made me realise what I have and how I'm sort of wasting me. I think a lot of players sort of take it for granted, playing in the NRL and don't really focus down and give it 100%. So I'm trying my hardest and trying to keep my head straight and putting my best foot forward every week.
Has your dad been in your ear about that as well? Or?
Oh, he's been there from day one, and it's always good for advice because he's sort of a person that did go down that other track, that party lifestyle, and he sort of picked it up. And look at him now, he's got to drive a truck around for work, and he's got to wake up early in the morning because he didn't take advantage of what they can give him.
Jaryd, you mentioned on the weekend how the team reacted over the weekend to the win, how it was professional off the field. Is that something, were you just talking about yourself, or were you talking about the entire team? Is that something the entire team's bought into?
Different boys have different ways to recover, and different boys like sort of different things. But I think just personally myself, the sort of way I've sort of come about things, and that was
Is that something you consciously had to do, or do you find yourself wanting to do it now, not to go out?
Oh, it's a bit different. I still go out, still love a beer. I'm not saying that I've totally changed, but it's just something that the next couple of weeks are really, really important. So I think the best thing to do is just sort of really focus on food.
Are you off the booze for the rest of the year?
No, I wouldn't say that. I still had a couple of beers, and I'm not sort of against it, but you're just sort of going out and sort of living it up. When you have a good win, you just want to celebrate, but it wasn't sort of the real one.
The freedom your coach has given you on the field, how much has that helped you play? The freedom to drift in and out of the game and pick your moment made a difference to how you feel out there?
No, not really. I just play footy, and things are just sort of they just come off that look really good. So I'm just really lucky at the moment. People sort of jump on board, so it's good for the support, good for the boards.
Has it been more so at the moment than it has before?
No, it definitely was more people sort of following Parramatta than it was at the start of the year when we were losing. So.
And just in terms of the big crowds, there's a huge crowd at the Yes on Saturday, and there's probably one here on Friday. I mean, as a player, that must be fantastic to have the big crowds.
Yeah, it was awesome, and biggest club crowd I've played in. I think I felt awesome running out there, seeing all the Parramatta fans and the West Tigers fans. Two great clubs, and supporters were fantastic.
Jaryd, how much ownership has Daniel given you over this team? Like he called you a franchise player last week. How much ownership do you feel you have over the team?
None. I don't walk in there saying I'm the team or anything. I don't have anything that I see myself that I have to do. Everyone plays for each other. It's the forwards that make my job look easier by doing the tough stuff and doing the hard work. So without them doing what they do, then I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
Have you ever had a coach before that's given you the licence? I suppose you've got a bit of a licence there to roam around to pick your moments. Have you had a coach before that's backed you like that?
I think that's just how I've sort of played my whole career. Fullback, I just sort of you just pick and choose when I come to the game.
After the Cronulla game a few weeks ago, Daniel said that he sent out messages 10 times during the game for you to be more involved. Were there any messages on Friday night? Were you getting that sort of a call?
Yeah, I think half time he just sort of said that you need to put your hands in the ball. So, yeah, the second half I did. I felt like that in the first half. They really shut me down in the first half, and the second half was a bit more space.
Are you noticing teams are manning up on you a bit more since your form's really come to attention?
Yeah, it's like rocket science. Obviously, they're going to be trying to shut me down. So we've got exceptional players in the team that can also do great things. So they put the focus on me. I'm sure Morton, you've got Rocket and Inus are playing in superb form. They're just going to stand up.